I really see, Christiana, that you're bridging the physical world and the divine, and your energy is really vibrant and alive with this. So thank you. And
I'm grateful for your words.
yeah, I know that I'm probably already speaking too fast. I'm going to slow myself down to the speed that we want to speak so the translators can translate you around the world. And so it's almost half speed. And if you want to pause in there as well. If you see me doing this on the screen, it means slow down. Thank you. And for those of you who are joining and wanting, she's going to be speaking in English, but there's a world symbol at the bottom of your screen, and you can choose another language if you wish to hear the translation on the Zoom call. And so that's basically all of my announcements. And thank you, Christiana, for joining us again this year. It's such a blessing for everyone to receive your message. And we're now seeing you on the screen. So thank you. We have an hour-long presentation. That's our time. And I ask everyone to hold their questions until the end. And so she can speak uninterrupted. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am so happy to meet you again, some of you, and some of you maybe meet you for the first time. I so wanted to be there in person. I miss the Pranic World Festival so much. I miss that place and meeting you face to face. Unfortunately, it was a last minute thing that I had to stay here because I'm taking care of my friend and of one of my friends, and there was no one to stay with him. So I'm the only one left here in the mountains. I couldn't come in person, and I apologize for that. Yet I am here with you since yesterday. I've been traveling in spirit through Assisi. I've been traveling through the grotto that you have next to your gathering. And now I am here with you in your place at Kokore. So it's fabulous to meet still. I hope my rhythm is okay with the translators. And a few words about myself, apart from being the organizer of the Pranic Festival in Romania, and one of the organizers, because there's a huge team and spirit that takes care of that. I was on this path since 15 years ago. I mean, I was on this path since I was a child, actually. I've started to tell people that we are all energy and that everything is energy since I was quite little. And then I was interested in meditation and numerology and crystal work or crystal meditation also since I was a teenager. And my first pranic experience was when I was about 14. I was synchronizing some situation in my home. So I was with very little food for quite some months. Very little means half an apple or one biscuit per day, and the rest was water and tea. I didn't know that there is such a thing called pranic nourishment. I didn't know that there's people in the world doing it, yet my body entered that state until the situation in my home got a bit calmer. I want to mention that I was not depressed, anorexic, or bulimic. I was just going into a higher frequency to maintain a higher frequency in my home. That experience has been forgotten, but I became vegetarian a bit later when I was 17. Naturally, my body wanted to not eat animal products, or at least meat, and I knew that this is my best way of functioning. Then from 20 till 28, I had about 10 years of corporate, from 19 to 28. I had 10 years of corporate work, being a businesswoman, a manager, leading teams of people. And I forgot all about my energy practice and about my vegetarian diet and whatnot. I was swapped in by the mesmerizing physical world. And I was so happy I did that, because now I have the experience. But yet it led me to severe imbalance in my body, in my spirit. And when I was 28, I said to myself, you know, going out of a hospital because I was going out of my body, fainting frequently, I said to myself, this is not my life. I am not living my life. So I had to look for remedies and solutions to get back to myself and get back to my life again. So that's when I refound and restarted meditation 15 years ago. And I went back to a vegetarian and vegan diet, and went back to learning healing techniques, many healing techniques that were to be bringing me back in balance. So this is just a few of the classes, diplomas of the classes that I've had in that time for 10 years, 15 years now, just participating in spiritual gathering and spiritual teaching environments, so that I can learn to work with my energy, to syntonize my inner prana and be at my full potential. After a while of doing all these practices, because I had also practiced 16 to 18 hours per day, I would meditate, do qigong, do yoga, other healing techniques, theta healing, Tibetan techniques, Chinese techniques, and so on. After this practice, I've started to change. I was still the manager of my own company, still doing business, but the people around me were starting to ask, what do you do? What's happening? You are not the crazy driven businesswoman and agitated and nervous. How did this change occur? So I told them about my spiritual activity, my energy healing practice, and they wanted to have some of that. So they were requesting sessions from me. And I kept saying, no, this is not my job. I just learn for myself and practice for myself. I'm not ready to offer you anything just yet. You know, I was practicing for about 5 years. I didn't think I was ready. I was still healing myself. But then all of a sudden, I went into dark room. I was already going into 4 or 5 days of fasting, going blindfold, meditating, you know, having a 3 or 4 day retreat like that in my home at that time. And I was doing a lot of detox, and my body was shifting already to a much lighter diet. But then I went for 10 days in a dark room retreat, which means sitting in the dark with no food for 10 days in Thailand, in a secure environment with 45 people. And I've noticed that I'm not hungry. I've noticed that I'm better with just liquid or no liquid at all. And I was having such high states of consciousness that literally it shifted me into a new, different individual. I got in touch with my multidimensional self. I literally saw myself in meditation, leading galaxies, spinning clusters of stars in another realm, or moving through portals and wormholes, black holes, shifting into beams of light instead of this physical body that I am presenting to you today. So my state and status was much different than what you were seeing and experiencing as the physical person, Eltrayan. Getting out of that retreat, I've noticed that my life again didn't make sense. I was not able to go back to my business personality after all that experience. It was impossible to relate to that anymore. And so I left my home, I left my business, I went to a new city, and I started giving conferences, public talks. I was invited to several gatherings back then. And, you know, giving public talks and also doing healing sessions. Finally, I've agreed after about 8 years of practice to do healing sessions with people, and said yes to my mission, to my call, to my divine purpose. Yes. And I've written 5 books when I was in that city. One of the most important ones for the gathering here is the Pranic World book, which refers to all the reality that I've experienced till 2018 from the Pranic world, the Pranic festivals, the Pranic gatherings, the Breatharians I've been in touch with. I'll tell you more about it in a second. But this book contains the experience of tens of people. I didn't talk about myself. I really talked about the Pranic world, how people are doing this, how they are staying without food, how they are surviving with no liquids, and what's their practice and their detox methods. In a nutshell, you know, it's 80 plus pages, oh no, 100 and something pages, but you can get a lot of knowledge and a lot of science from this book, you know, the Pranic World book, and it's part of a 3-book series, so I'm going to continue. Having written these books and doing these public talks and the healing sessions, my frequency has started to rise still. And I've started to be called all over the world to give talks. And that's how I've met the gathering you have in Kokore. Yes. I've met scientists that are on this path and have had pranic experiences, like Nassim Haramein, one of the greatest quantum physicians in the world, and my close friend who has had 3 years of not eating and doing quantum physics. I've created groups with these people because I wanted the science to be upgraded. I wanted them to research more on how the body is functioning at the biochemical level, not just the energy level that I've learned, but the biochemical level, you know, with the cells, the ATP, the melatonin, the mitochondria, what's happening, how are we nourished differently and are able to not eat or eat smaller quantities or have just juices. I wanted to learn how this is possible, and I wanted the scientists to learn too by researching it and going deeper, you know, because people need answers. Not everybody can believe in energy. Actually, as I'm seeing you there, how many of you believe in energy? Hands up. How many of you believe there's energy, and how many of you have had an direct experience of experiencing energy running through your body? Also, not so many then. Obviously, the science is necessary because you need answers, right? If you haven't experienced energy ever, and if you haven't had a direct experience of how it's pulsing through your cells, then for sure you would want to know what it is, how it runs your body, what the chakras are, and what are your capabilities at the biophysical level, right? Yeah. So that's why we founded these groups of scientists, these groups of research that are encompassing now doctors from all over the world, physicists from all over the world, biochemists, heart doctors, brain doctors. The one that has researched Pralajani in hospital for many years, Dr. Sudhir Sa is also in our team. Pralajani was a yogi that hasn't eaten for 75 years. So that's quite a story right there. I've been founding this team and we're researching year after year, and we found great answers that this is possible. And we found that there are NASA studies proving that we have at least 25% energy in our body that is not coming from food. We found other studies that are showing that your pineal gets younger when you don't eat. Literally, there are neurological studies that are proving that your organs, and especially your pineal gland, which is in the center of your head, it's an endocrine gland in the center of your head, responsible with your awakening, with your clear vision, with your psychic experiences, and it's coordinating all your hormones in your body. That gland gets younger if you fast or go on pranic nourishment. Like, how cool is that? So all these studies, for example, when you fast, you're producing 400% more melatonin in your gut system than you produce in your brain. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates your hunger or the state of not being hungry. It's regulating your sleep patterns. It's regulating your ATP. Adenosine triphosphate is the energy you're thriving for your functioning. So the more melatonin you have, the more you are energized. Guess what? When you're fasting, you're making more of that. So there's just one explanation of how people are functioning in that way, right? There are studies showing that when you don't give it so much food or no food at all, the body starts to eat the toxins from your cells, which is called autophagia, self-eating basically, but you're only eating the toxic stuff. Therefore, you're getting healthier and younger. I just had a conference the other day with Jean-Paul Sayet, a scientist from France, who has shown that your telomeres, the organelles in your body that are responsible for regeneration and rejuvenation, are refreshed and elongated when people are not eating. So there's so much science to back this up now. How many of you like the science of it? How many of you are interested in knowing more about the science of it? Because I feel there's so many there in the gathering. So many of my colleagues are going to present you the bioenergetics of it. I've worked with that for 15 years, but now we're bridging it with down-to-earth information, because you need that to understand and surrender to this concept, right? But even though I'm talking science now, at the end, I promise you to give you a powerful lunch, a direct experience of what pranic nourishment is. So not only science, but direct experience as well. How many of you want that? Yeah, it's great to have, interaction, and it's great to see you. Yes,
We have
darling.
people saying out loud,
Uh,
yes, please.
That's fabulous. I can feel it here in my heart, even though I don't hear because Morgan is muted. I can feel it I can feel your yeses in my heart because over the years, I've had direct experience of literally projecting my energy wherever I want to be and feel what's happening in that space as if I were there with my physical body. There were actual times where people literally saw my image in a place where my body was at home. And I don't mean on a screen. They literally see my projection there. Some of you even might have had dreams or might have experiences in meditation where we talk directly. That has happened to many of my friends, many of my colleagues, and it is possible because it's the power of prana, and prana is everywhere, and we are everywhere, like literally. So that's been part of my experience. Besides the science, I've also experienced crazy, fantastic, energetic experiences of what is possible when you work with energy. Bilocation is just one of them, but also instant telepathy, as you know, and probably have experienced yourself. Instant healing, like a pain literally instantly disappearing from my body or an issue. Instant healing of other people as well, because I work and do healing sessions with people at a distance, people from America, people from China, people from Vietnam, people from France. So they can feel energy healing as if I were there. It's very simple. When you are aware that you are connected with everything. Yes. And there's a science to it. They discovered that if you take someone's DNA and move it to another country, DNA sample, move it to another country, it will react to what the person is experiencing. So your energy and your DNA is connected with you wherever it would be. Once our energy bodies, our field has interacted once, it will always somehow be in touch with each other. We can always see each other. That's the thing. Soon we will not need transportation. I love that. So these are just a few of my experiences. I've written a book about called Believe in Miracles, because to some people, there are still miracles. To me, our day-to-day normal life of our natural human capacities. How many of you believe we have these capacities inherent to ourselves? Yeah. How many of you, I'm so happy you believe that. How many of you believe that we are meant to live this way? This is our natural way of living. How many of you believe that eating and being numbed out and not hearing other people's thoughts and not feeling other people from the distance is just a slowed down version of the human self? A slowed down, most of the people now in the world are living a slowed down version of our human potential. It's like you slowed it down to believe that you are limited. That is not true. That is literally not true. And I wish that humanity is now upgraded to the truth of the human existence, to the true capacities, capabilities, and possibilities of what a human can experience. That is my wish. And that is my action in the world right now. Because of that, I kept staying on this planet. I had the occasion to go in 2014 after I've completed some stages here. I've chosen to stay because I know that the upgraded human is a very close possibility. It's coming, and I want to experience it with this body as Eltrayan in this lifetime. I won't come back again for this. I'm staying and having fun with it. So since 2014, I've been called to join more Pranic Breatharian gatherings, meet more people. You know, I've been all over the world with Jasmine, who was my friend and been my teacher, and sometimes my confidant for the days when not everything is light and bright. I've met fabulous people thanks to her and thanks to traveling with her. And then also I've joined the first Breatharian gathering in Italy in 2016. Oh my God, so long ago. I can't believe so many years have passed. And there I've met many other people, you know, like Victor Troviano and Henri Montfort and Galina El Shiraz and, you know, Nicolas and everybody. And they're now all my friends. And I'm so happy to also meet them every year at the Pranic Festival in Romania. You know, to be in the presence of such people is life-shifting by default. You don't even have to do much. You're just there and you're bombarded with photons, you know, because we are beams of light. And for that, as I said, I've chosen to stay longer on Earth, and I started to also join and create Pranic gatherings. So we've created the first Pranic festival in Romania in 2017, and now I guess it's the 7th edition of it. We've created the Pranic Consciousness Summit, which is online, and you can watch the videos, and we are continuing every year to have conferences with people that are researching or practicing pranic nourishment. So if you want to write down Pranic Consciousness Summit and look it up on the internet, you're going to find fabulous conferences with people that are in this reality, paradigm shifters from all over the world. Why am I recommending it? Is because we have conversations with question and answer that I am asking specifically to every of these persons so that I can draw the best of them in terms of pranic experience. That's what I'm doing with that gathering. Then there was a Pranic festival in India that I'm going to also continue in the years to come. And that's where we met Pralajani, the yogi who was nourished by light, not needing physical food for 75 years. I'm gonna, if the team allows me, I'm gonna present you a video of this yogi, very short, 1 minute or so, that allows you to get a glimpse into this reality that there are people who actually didn't eat for 75 years. I know you've seen some that haven't eaten for 5 years, 10 years, but I'm giving you, you know, the best of the best in this reality. Because we've met in person in India, and I had the occasion to run some tests on him. And it's been an experience that I literally feel to share with everyone. So I'm asking permission to show that video if you agree.
I believe that you can share your screen.
Yes.
They're saying, give it a try, and we see that it works here.
I'm here, I'm on it. I'm on it. I think we're doing it.
Yes, I
Yes?
think it's working. Yes.
Okay, let me see. Here it is.
You feel
This is direct experience. I was testing his chakras to see what's happening. He's saying
what heart?
he has two hearts.
Yes.
I'm married. And then I can't see that.
Siv.
No, what? Two hearts?
Two hearts. One of the Siv and one of the Sakti.
And now he's making me test the Amrita. There are tens of other people that are. So this was a direct experience that I wanted you to experience with me, because the energy of that person is beyond any thing that you can dream of. And unfortunately, he left his body because he completed his mission in 2020, when I did the festival in India. Right after the festival, that was basically his last conference. But that is a real experience of a person who didn't eat for 75 years. He had actual Amrita flowing from the tip of the top of his mouth. That's why he put my finger here. Maybe some of you have heard of the yogi practice of breath work and sun gazing that can generate nectar in your pineal gland, the gland I spoke to you in the beginning. And that gland secretes this nectar that flows through your mouth, into your mouth, and goes through the tip of your tongue, if you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and nourishes your whole body. He made me experience that directly in his body, just to show that it's real. And I personally have had this experience since 15 years ago. So when I put the tip of my tongue on the roof of my mouth, I feel that there's something there, and I feel nourished. So that's also science, because this yogi, who has practiced for 92 years in yoga tradition and has achieved a very high state of consciousness, has agreed to be tested in hospital twice, once for 10 days, once for 14 days, at the command of the Ministry of Defense of India, to have his functions monitored, his organs tested, to see if he has any decay during these 14 days, shows of the signs of decay, signs of hunger, signs of, vitamin drop, or, glycemia drop, or anything that would happen in a normal body. None of that has happened. All the 35 doctors participating in the study have agreed that he's fully healthy, much younger biologically than a human person at the age of 70 when he was done. And his tests were fabulous. And I've seen that study, held it in my own hands. So it's for real. The issue is, it's under non-disclosure policy that's dictated by the Ministry of India. So they can publish it. Why? Well, don't ask me that, So there's so much to this reality, and that's why we're bringing these people together to show you what's possible. I'm traveling still all over the world, having these talks. I'm doing this Pranic Festival in Romania that I'm inviting you to. You know, we have live speakers coming and online speakers coming, and also it's a fabulous location. And right after that, we take everyone to the sacred sites of Romania. Part of my work is activating certain areas of the planet that are connected to the planetary grid, the energy net around the planet, activating it to nourish more people and to upgrade more people. Because the more this planetary grid is activated and energized, the more our consciousness is uplifted. So we're going to the sacred sites, temples of pre-Christian sun worshipping from 5,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago, and more. We go there, we get energized, we get jolted with new light codes. We learn how to connect with light beings that can help us on our breatharian path. We learn to lighten up our diet and to lighten up our weight that weighs on our shoulders. And that's from August 19 to 22nd. And then August 23rd to 25, we have light nourishment retreat, where we only go on water or juices and soups for those who choose to, just to experience how you can go deeper into pranic nourishment. So there's 3 stages of a retreat. One is the Pranic Festival for 4 days, August 15 to 18. The Trip of the Sun to the Sacred Sites, August 19 to 22nd. And 23rd of August till 25 or 27 is the Light Nourishment Retreat, so that we upgrade your frequency gradually. And you can still join that. Then I'm going to Switzerland, I believe, then India, then USA and Hawaii, and then all over the world. So it's full that I'm bringing this reality wherever I can. And my personal lifestyle now is to experience that reality every day. I choose to live on liquids. I prefer watermelon juice in the summer, or tea, very light tea, or lemon juice with water, basically, water with a bit of lemon in the summer. If it's cold, because here in the mountains we still have 14 degrees Celsius sometimes, even summertime, I prefer hot tea or a soup, a light soup. I have days where I can't consume any of those things. I just take water, or I forget to drink water. If necessary, I am nourished differently. And I have days where I go out with friends and take a bit of vegan food, mostly salad, not more than a handful, but I love it. And I give myself the freedom, having practiced this for 15 years, I give myself the freedom of taste. I cannot taste animal products. I haven't eaten meat for 15 years. And the milk and the cheese are giving me pain, so I'm not taking that. But I still can chew almonds or pistachios or salads. I do not deny food. I don't say it's bad or anything. I just say we can live lighter. It's much easier. You can literally be in a higher state of consciousness, and as a byproduct of that consciousness, you eat less. So it's not the other way around. You start to fast until you're almost dying, and then your consciousness will be higher. But you raise your consciousness with daily practice, as I told you, exercise and practice every day of meditation, and then you just eat lighter. You don't need that much, or some things you don't need them at all, as it happened with me with animal products or food per se. Okay, let's do a 5 minutes exercise. We still have time. When do I have to stop? 10, 11 and 10, or 11 sharp?
I think we can go over by 5 because we started 5 minutes late. Thank you.
Sure, I'll be happy to. Okay, so let's take 2 questions. I feel some questions, you know, are bumping here, so let's take those, and then we go into science.
I have one question that's coming from online. That's a
Yeah.
technical question. They want to know if your festival in Romania is translated into a French language, and they also want to know this same thing about your books, if there's any translation to French language.
French, not yet for the books, not yet for the books, but if you go on the Facebook page, Pranic World Book, you can find extracts of the book, and your Facebook is naturally translating it to you. So that's how you can read some of it in French. And I'm fully open to offers for someone to translate it in French. That's what I can say.
Lovely.
And about the festival, yes, we can translate in French if there's French participants wanting that, of course.
Beautiful. Thank you, Christiana. There's another question coming from online, and then I'm sure there's someone here in the audience that has a question as well. The other question online is they want to know more about bilocation and prana, the connection between the two of those.
Yes, I'm placing in your chat box a link to our next events because I feel some people need it so that the online people can have access to it. And the live people that are there, my website is called Soul Healing Academy. Or if you type my name on the internet, Eltrayan, Christiana Eltrayan, you'll find it.
And
or if you type...
We'll share it with our
Pranic
group here, yes.
Prana is the energy of life. Now to answer the question. Prana is the life force that is composing our cells. We are made of molecules and atoms are energy, right? Is that okay, everybody? Molecules and atoms, therefore, atoms are energy, therefore, we are made of energy. Our physical structure, this thing, you know, the physical body, is energy, beaming, pulsating in every second. You see me as a constant image, but what I'm really doing is this, pulsation. It's energy pulsation of molecules and atoms. That's what's happening, but it's too quick and people don't notice. Everybody does the same, not just me. Everybody's beaming like that, pulsations of energy. That's demonstrated in quantum physics. It's not just an idea I had in this morning or reading in a book. It's something demonstrated, by scientists. These molecules and atoms doing this are recreating themselves in the same shape every second. Imagine the technology of it. I'm fascinating. I'm having the eyes in the same position every second that I'm coming back. It's not one here and one here. Well, there is one here, but the other two, they're in the same place. So while I'm beaming here with this physical structure, my holographic image or energy body can project the same thing in another place, right? I'm not finite to this structure. We can compose an image of us and project some of our energy in another place. There are schools for it now. And the ancient yogis knew how to do it, and they had specific breath work and focus techniques for it. I didn't do in this lifetime any specific practice for it, nor would I know to describe it to someone. If I wanted to show up there now, I wouldn't specifically know how to do it step by step. that it has the same result every time. Luckily, you have a screen. But when I'm thinking of a place and there's a lot of energy, like people needing me there, or someone is needing my presence for some reason, especially when my clients were in trouble, that's what happened. Part of my energy, including a physical projection, went in their space and talked to them. I don't know why. It was necessary, it was done, because my focus and my energy goes wherever it's needed. It's not my decision, it's not something I do on purpose, it's not something I program or exercise to do. It just automatically teleports there. My body is still here. I was talking to someone in a room in India, and I was thinking to go to a flute meditation that Patriji was having in another room. So my friends saw me there at the meditation. And one of them asked me, afterwards at lunch, they asked me, why are you doing this? I said, what did I do? I was guessing that something has happened. He said, you appeared to me in front of me at the flute meditation. And when I wanted to talk to you or touch you, you would smile and disappear. I said, that was not my doing. I just wanted to listen to the flute. I didn't know I was also relating to you. Whatever, it was necessary for you to see me, but I didn't do it on purpose, nor did I practice for it. So this is just one instance. Another client said I appeared in a cinema while he was watching a movie and I gave some advice. My massage person says I appear in his car and give him a mantra when he's upset. I don't know. That's just randomly projection of energy when it's needed. I don't brag on it. It's not something I could demonstrate if you wanted me to have that experience now with you. And if ever you need it, it will happen to you, but not by my choice. That's what I can say about bilocation in prana. The only thing that allows it is my full connection with the divine. I gave this body to the divine and my energy, and I said, do what you want with that. And the other thing is that my deep belief that this is natural. I don't have any obstacle to it. I know it's normal. So it's happening. That's why. So you only have to believe, basically. You want to believe you can be nourished by prana, you are nourished by prana already. Even the people who are not doing any practice are 25% at least nourished by prana, as NASA has shown. You have the study in my book. The ones who are practicing and intending it, they might have a little more for sure. That's a certain thing. And in our class, there's an online class that I'm doing, the pranic process online. We have tools where you can actually measure your pranic percentage and know every day and on every chakra how much you are literally nourished by energy. And that's very useful so that you don't fast yourself to death. I prefer to give the people the tools so that they don't deplete their bodies. It's very important because I've been through it all. Yeah. Well, should we go to the meditation exercise? Yeah. And then if there's any emergency question, we can take one at the end.
Thank you. Everyone is here is shouting yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what we invite everyone is just relax. I'm sure you are relaxed already. You can sit on the ground, you can sit on the chair, whatever it's more comfortable for you. You can lay down on the grass there. Oh my God, I would lay on it in a second. And, oh yeah, we do have that group too. We start breathing, start following our breath, as always. I'm gonna just take something. Start breathing and follow your breath, imagining you're in a light column from the center of the universe to the center of the earth. There's a column of light with the perfect energy, the perfect vibration for each one of you, and it has a diameter as wide as your hand stretched out, or even more. A column of light from the center of the universe to the center of the earth. Every time you inhale the energy from this column of light into your cells. And when you exhale out the worries, tensions, concerns, everything that doesn't serve you, and all that is not beneficial for you. Just repeat this a few times. Knowing that this column of light is the best energy, the best frequency for you now. With every inhale, you inhale more light. And with each exhale, you let go of your programming that blocks any pranic experience. Let go of limiting thoughts. See your thoughts dissolve like little clouds above your head. Let go of any belief or energy that would block you from experience pranic nourishment or the pranic consciousness. Let your body become now this big breathing organism that it is. Feel the pores of your skin opening up, and you're absorbing this energy from the column of light into your whole body. Each inhale, more light coming in. Each exhale, exhaling out what you don't need. Then another deep breath in. Notice, acknowledge, sense, or feel that you have a connection cable from the center of the universe to the center of your heart. There's a connection cable coming down from the center of the universe to the center of your heart, nourishing your heart with every breath. The heart chakra in the center of your chest is getting bigger and bigger with every breath, wider and wider, brighter and brighter. Every time you inhale, more light comes in through the top of your head from the center of the central sun. Top of the head coming down through the pineal and pituitary glands in the center of your head, coming down through your throat, coming down into your heart chakra. Every time you exhale, this light comes into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems, your auric field, and out into the universe. You're radiating this love, this energy from your heart that you receive from the heart of the central sun into all your cells, your organs, all your physical systems, all your auric field, and out into the universe. Just repeat a few times and feel it deeply, how you fill up with light with every inhale. And every exhale. And then ultimately, we let this light go to the lower centers, the lower chakras, the abdomen, the hips, the feet, and through the centers of the feet, the soles of the feet. It goes down into the earth. And notice your roots as it circulates through your roots down into the heart of Gaia. You are transceiving energy from the heart of the central sun to the heart of the earth. And connecting to the heart of Gaia, feel the pulsation in the heart of Gaia. Feel the energy there as the loving mama embracing compassionate, kind nourishment that she's now transmitting up to you through the roots, through the soles of the feet, up into your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, up into the hips, filling up your root, filling up your perineum, going up to the base of the spine, and through the spine going up to the heart, and through the spine going up to the base of the skull and the top of the head. Your whole body is filling up with the energy through the top of the head, around your body. In the toroidal system, a sphere that surrounds your whole energy field in a protection bubble. And you're breathing the energy from the heart of the central sun and the heart of the earth, mixing it into your heart, into the perfect yin-yang balance. The perfect merging of energies that then exhaling out into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems, your auric field, and out into the universe. The central sun, center of your heart, the sun in your heart, and the sun in the center of the planet, into your organs, into your systems, into your auric field, and out into the universe. And with this new energy, you come back into your physical body, fully present in the soles of the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hips, fully present in abdomen, lower back, upper back, chest, arms, fully present in your neck, head, top of the head, tips of your hairs, fully back into the room now, back with us. And I'm so grateful because I got to do the sound play with you, because I was planning to come there and do sound healing and cacao ceremony, but I get to do it through technology. How was this for everyone? How many of you feel better than when we started? How many of you feel lighter or more expanded? How many of you liked this meditation? Oh, thank you. I wasn't seeing any hand up. I was thinking, okay, then do a great job today. All right. Okay.
Thank you,
Feel
Christiana.
free to write your feedback. Feel free to write your feedback on my Instagram or Facebook page, Christiana Eltrayan, or the contact data is on my website. I want to hear of how you felt today. If you have any more questions, we can talk. And yes, Morgan, please, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to also invite you to share your contact, which you're already doing. And you also have soulhealingacademy.com on there as well. And the festival in Romania is also later in August. So you can check out her website for that information as well. And I just wanted to make a little note at the end here that as you were speaking earlier, two butterflies came and flew and circled overhead of the computer here and then flew back out. So thank you. I think that was a nice little note for us.
Oh, sometimes we don't take the same shape.
Exactly. Thank you, Christiana. Did we have any last comment?
All right. Blessings to everyone.
You're good.
Yeah. Everybody's silent. Well, see you at the Pranic Festival in Romania, August 15 to 18. You can book for 4 days or 1 day, you know, just to drop by and say hello. You can do online, but if you're live, it's much better, as I would prefer to be live with you there. And then the Trip of the Sun Light Nourishment Retreat, we can meet in person over and over again. Can't wait to see you guys. And I'm planning to start a process online tomorrow and continue it until August 15. Well, until August 11th, because then we're starting the festival. So ask me about that and I'll confirm with you and give you the link. It's an online Pranic process. Okay. See you soon.
Thank you so much for joining us again, Christiana, and blessing us with your energy and your joy. Here we go.
So great to be there. Yeah. If we have more minutes, I am open to more questions. It's just I don't want to take your time.
We're going to close the recording, I think. Or
All right.
maybe if we have one more question, I know we don't want to go too far over.
I feel there's something beaming.
There is
and
a
I don't
question.
want to...
There's a question
Yes,
here.
yes.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Come closer. Do-do-do-do-do.
Hello. I just
Hello.
wanted, hi there. I just wanted to ask about the darkroom and blindfolding and why that is helpful.
Whoa, it is very helpful. Scientifically, there's a thing called DMT that many people love. And some people take it externally, which I don't agree with, because your body can make it naturally. We are programmed to make DMT. This DMT thing is enhancing your psychic abilities, your clairvision, and so on. And it is created when you secrete more melatonin. So melatonin is that nice hormone that also regulates sleep, hunger, and your energy in your cells. And it also helps produce more DMT. Melatonin is secreted in 2 cases specifically. When you are not subjected to light, so when you're in dark or dark room, and when you sleep. Or, and that's what we're discovering now, and this book is telling you about, when you are in deep meditation, you're also making melatonin. So that's why these monks are so happy, and we are so happy too. So if you're in deep meditation and not light, no light and no food, you're increasing exponentially the production of this hormone. That's why we do the dark room and the blindfold thing. And plus, imagine being in a room with 45 people meditating together in a dark for 11 days or 10 days, not putting anything in your body, therefore you're completely resting your digestive system and producing all these goodies in your system like melatonin, ATP, and DMT, and having all the time for yourself because there's nothing else to do, and meditating every day, all day. Imagine the effects of that. You know, it's like mind-blowing for, you know, increasing your alternative senses, feeling what other people are thinking, feeling where they're coming close to you, feeling their thoughts, feeling what's happening at the other end of the world, knowing when somebody needs a healing, being able to transmit energy. All that has happened when I was in dark room. So that's why it's nice. And after 11 days of dark room, I went back home. I couldn't eat for 40 days in 2013. I didn't even plan on being on prana. And my body was just fine with not eating and some days not drinking. I couldn't take water. My neck would feel like it was exploding. So my frequency was really, really high because of that. I've written a book about it. You can read more in it. It's called Darkroom Retreat, a Lightful Mystical Experience. It's on Amazon. But I can't guarantee the same effects for every person. It's just been happening to me and many others. That's why I like it. Yeah. There's a person with green hair, someone in the gathering. I just want to say hi to her because I know her from a different star system. I don't know where she is now,
Green
but
hair.
I just saw her, felt her at
Someone
some
with green
moment.
hair. Do we
And-
have or a green hair wrap?
Or green wrap, something like that.
Green hair. Jess.
Anywhere.
Jessica, come here. She wants to
Maybe-
say hello to you.
Yeah, maybe she left.
No, she's here.
We know
She
each other.
doesn't
from
have green
different
hair. She
star
has a
system.
green hair
I
wrap.
didn't see. Yeah, anyways, I hope you remember us. I don't know your name or anything. I didn't see your face. I just saw your energy and I was like, oh, there's my sister.
This
What's
is
your name?
Jessica. Jessica. I'm Jessica. Hello. Thank
Jessica.
you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again, wherever you're from.
I'm from
I'm
Belgium.
remembering Sirius or something, but yeah, well, okay. Okay. Nice to see you again. Blessings.
Thank you so much, Christiana, for this beautiful encounter and this beautiful sharing and all of your wisdom and your energy that you're radiating out for all of us here. Deep gratitude for you. Thank you. See you again soon.
It was great meeting you all. Hope to meet you in person soon. Big hugs and blessings. Much love.